Alright, Outlaw Radio Live fans, we are live on the air with none other than one of the best underground artists to ever hit the scene, Beezy the Real. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I have to ask, man, this is how I usually start off my interviews because you always get a different answer every time. How and when did you get your start in music?
Man, to be honest, I was probably about 9 or 10. And, you know, I had it kind of rough growing up. You know, most people do, you know, unless you're fortunate enough to have money in your family, but I wasn't. So I had some rough bringing up, and my cousin was in and out of prison, and I heard him rapping. And this was, man, I was about 9 or 10, and I was just like, around that same time was when I first heard a song from Snoop Dogg, Gin and Juice, and it was just, that was the thing that caught me with hip hop. And then seeing my cousin get out of prison, and then he was on this little karaoke thing with the tape trying to record the song, and I'm like, it was just fascinating to me, man. And then next thing you know, I'm writing these little nursery rhymes when I was like 9 or 10 or somewhere around there, and then it just evolved from that, man.
And man, when you said Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg, man, that's a great choice. Most definitely an iconic track right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then it led into Spice One, Eminem, well, Slim Shady, and it just kind of snowball effect, man. It was just like, and then back then it was like my dad was so against this shit, like he didn't, you know, that was when hip hop was vulgar and this and frowned upon, and I just remember my sister had the tape, and she said, "I'm gonna let you get this." It was the Snoop Dogg tape. "I'm gonna let you get this, but you cannot show your dad," because we had different dads. "You cannot show your dad." And I'm like, I won't let him catch me. And we used to just hide it and listen.
That's awesome.
That was my inspiration.
Yeah, man. Back in the '90s, you know, parents hated rap music.
Yeah, it seems so.
So I also have to ask, man, you were also a producer. What made you decide to, like, you know, do music and also do producing?
Basically because, man, back then when I first started, and when I first started making beats, I was 18, and when around that time I did have a studio, but it was like the first studio ever, you know. So it was back then. The internet wasn't what it is today. Yes, it was available, but it just wasn't what it is today. It wasn't like the key thing to go to Google and search this shit, search it on YouTube and figure it out for yourself. And I didn't really, you know, just the internet wasn't the same as back then as it is now. So I just had to learn through problems. You know what I mean? I buy some whack headphones and realize, oh, in order to do this, I need this, and then get a whack mic, and then I need a studio mic, a condenser mic, a XLR mic, and it just kept evolving. But as that was going on with all the weak shit that I had, that same concept of like, I don't want to go to you and pay you because this is all the money I got, then I pay you, I'm going to be broke. I'd rather buy the equipment and learn how to use it. That way I could save my money and put that money towards promotion or whatever. And it just kind of started there, man. I realized, like, I was just interested in it, and it was a way for me to continuously make beats without having to purchase. And in 2008, I think the best place to get beats was like SoundClick. Not SoundCloud, SoundClick.
That's going way back, man.
Oh yeah, I still use SoundClick sometimes, man. I ain't gonna lie. That
thing's still going?
Oh yeah, yep. They actually they did some decent changes. I mean, it came a long way. I'm glad it's still alive. Like to see that.
And also, you are a videographer as well, and I have to ask, man, I've seen you do. I've seen you post some of the videos that you have done, and I gotta ask, man, a lot of people wouldn't mind getting their videos like videographed by someone like yourself, man. How much do you charge, and how does one go about getting their music videos produced by you?
Well, I mean, if you want any type of video, I don't care if you have the budget, we can bring it to life, man. You know, even if it's better, I mean, if you got the budget to bring better equipment than mine, as far as like renting a crew and paying for it and let me run this, man, I'll shoot anybody's anything if you got the bread and you want to put up for put me in a hotel and pay for my travel expenses. And I don't know, man. I usually, when it comes to things like traveling, it's all negotiable to a certain extent. And also, I can't really like throw out a certain price. I can't give no one a quote, like an open quote, but like as far as like local stuff, things that are near me, I do charge for like a very basic, simple thing to get your vision going. Is I got a $200 flat rate right now, but as of January 1st, it's going to be $250, and it's not a lot, man. I mean, that is like, I mean, you can't complain with the quality that I'm bringing. I'm shooting with the full frame camera, and we got stabilizers and lights and everything that you need. So.
And $250 is actually even good for a music video to be shot too, man. Like I've met people in this industry.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
$5,000, man. Like just for like 10 minutes of work.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. And I mean, like, I'm from Iowa. I mean, a lot of people don't know about Iowa, but for the people that do, man, or for the people that don't, it's for what I do and what a lot of talent we have here do. There's no outlet for us. So, like, the only outlet that we do have being here is the internet or moving out of this place, because there is no. That's why the videos are so low, is because we don't have a demand for it. When you're out in California, New York, and the bigger cities like Atlanta and all that, you'll have a very different setting when it comes to filming and video work, because it's a lot more. It's something that's there. We don't have any record companies around here. No type of filming industry. So yeah, it's definitely something that like I'm working towards, man. I'm trying to get out to different cities, and I travel a little bit here and there. But as far as planning, I'm gonna plant myself where it's booming, man.
And also, you were the founder of Real Heads Music. Can you tell us how that came to be?
Well, it actually started because I wanted a fan group. I wanted honestly to see who was actually supporting me, who was actually going out of their way to pay for to see me live, to pay for the merch, and to actually just want to be involved. Because a lot of times when you're coming up, you're trying to like almost pressure people. I mean, you're always talking about it. Like, hey, I need you to do this, man. Check this out. Or, hey, I got this. Reminding them constantly. And so I just wanted to separate that. So I wanted to give them a name. Some people like different. Like Justin Bieber, what is his fans? He calls them the Beliebers. There you go. So I wanted to give my fans a kind of a group name. You know what I mean? And it just like I just figured Beezy the Real. Let's keep it real. And then all these people, they like my music. Like instead of like a rap head or a rock head, it's a real head.
Hey man, it's not bad, man. It's catchy. I like it.
Yeah, man. And then once I kept it like that, to get into the Real Heads, I don't invite anyone. They invite themselves because they want to. That way we can keep it genuine, authentic. It was someone's choice to come in at their self instead of me trying to get them, or stuff like that.
So also on your Facebook page, I noticed that you had T-shirts for sale. Where can our listeners purchase the T-shirts, and do you have any other merch available other than shirts?
We're actually redesigning the website right now. We're just reconfiguring, so the website is kind of up right now. I mean, like not up, but just kind of on standby right now. It's not up. It's in construction. So, I mean, really, as far as right now, it's just as simple as contacting me on Facebook and letting me know what you want, and then I can order it and ship it to your door.
Perfect. And at the end of the interview, I'll also have you give your social media handles as well. That's normally my thing. That way people can follow you.
Okay.
But also, on October 20th, you did an event called Zombies Music Video Afterparty. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
exciting because that was probably, and I'm not even going to go with probably, it was the most detailed video I have as far as location, timing, planning, budget. Just, there were so many factors to it because it was, in the morning, it was shoot the video, and then at night, it was doing the show. So I basically treated the entire thing like a show. So I just kind of like kept promoting, you know. I wanted people that was serious because I knew it was going to take a lot of work, and I knew people were going to be sitting around because it took 6 hours to put that makeup on. I actually had my grandma and grandpa open up their garage for me because I didn't have enough space for all these people and all the stuff that we were doing. So we opened up the garage, set a couple tables up, and got some heat in there, closed the garage door down, and just started working. And then 6 hours later, you got some zombies. But yeah, I had to treat it like a show. It took me a month to promote that, and you know, I had to buy all the material that it took to make this happen. And it was rough, man. I was working that whole month was busy for me, but it turned out good, man. And that was a real van we burned in that music video.
Really? That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a few people ask me if that was like fake animation. I'm like, no, it's a real van. Somebody donated a van to it. I was like, all right, cool. Like my guy Cody.
So also your song "Free," which our listeners just heard that right before we got you up on the air. I have to ask, what's the story and inspiration behind that track?
Behind the track, it's not really necessarily a story. It's a lot of my music. Sometimes I have songs that are dedicated to exactly a certain situation that has happened in my life, but I've had also a few songs that are like "Free," and it's basically bits and pieces of my life, you know, all kind of slammed into one song. So it wasn't anything in particular, but there's a little bit of you know, dishonesty, you know what I mean? Some non-loyal things were happening in my life, so those things took a play in there, and just like not trusting people, just like the kind of pain that I've been through, and the fact that like I wanted to speak it into existence, that I'm free from it. Not that I'm like I am free from the things that hold me down in life, and we're talking anxiety, depression, addiction, all these things that take your eyes out, they sidetrack you from what you're really trying to do. And that was kind of like the anthem of letting that go in my mind, you know, as I'm creating the song. That's where my mind was I'm letting go. I'm free from all of it, you know.
And also, man, like I said before, you're a very, very talented individual, and I want to ask this. There's a lot of up-and-coming underground artists as well that are trying to make it in the game, man. What's some best advice you can give these young lads?
As far as like just with anybody, you mean, or are we being specific on like artists or like this? Okay, all right. I would just say, man, the best thing is the best advice I could give you is save your money. Like, make a goal on what you really want to do, and that's one thing that I didn't do when I was younger is like stay patient, because I wanted it now. But I realized that sometimes things don't happen right away, and as bad as you want it to happen, it's kind of a good thing that it doesn't happen right away, because maybe you weren't ready. Maybe you were gonna fuck it all up if you would have got it. You know, that's how I felt. Like, I look back at how wild and crazy I was. I'm like, man, I probably would have fucked everything up back then. And I would just say being patient, staying consistent, and saving your money, man, because you're gonna need that money. You're gonna need to save that 10 grand. I know some people was like, oh, 10 grand, that's a lot, and maybe, but is it really? I mean, I would have definitely, I would say, just keeping your eyes on the prize, man. Don't get sidetracked by these hoes and these, you know, don't get sidetracked by these drugs and the game and the hustle and shit. Like, I'm not saying don't hustle. I'm not saying don't fuck bitches. I'm not saying none of that shit. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But there's a fine line, and there's a time and place when it comes to making a business grow. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to set that shit aside. While people are out having fun, you're working. So that's kind of, I don't know, that's about all I can say, man. Is just staying consistent and never give up, man. Can't give up.
And I have to ask, man, what's next for Beezy the Real? Any new projects you're working on you want to let our listeners know about? Also, anything else you do want to let everybody know about? This is your time, man.
Well, I'm working on a song right now. Well, the song's done. I was recently working on coming up for a treatment video for the video, and that's gonna be kind of. I'm assuming it's gonna be postponed just because of my schedule's busy. I was trying to put this video out before 2020 because I just wanted it kind of before, just give them something before I start the new year. But anyway, I'm working on that. It's a song called Different Day, and it's kind of like a real track hitting some real topics, but in a uplifting, positive sound, you know what I mean? I got that going, and I'm also working on a movie, man. This shit's crazy, man. I'm working on a movie, and it is, obviously, you know, I ain't Universal Studios, and I ain't got fucking the whole, you know, $106 million budget, but we got some shit in the works. We got the tools that it's gonna take to make this shit happen, and that's kind of where I've been putting a lot of my time lately is that, and then just I got some new music coming out too, so that's kind of what I got in the works.
Hey man, that sounds amazing. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Whenever that movie drops, send me the link, man. I would love to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna if all goes to plan and everything falls into place, we're gonna have that bitch played in the movie theater that's local. So that's cool as hell to me, you know what I mean? That'll give us a chance to redeem some of this money back that we've invested in. And the next thing after that is and also my music will be in this movie too. So that's gonna be cool as hell. And we're gonna strive for Netflix. And these are just, you know, these are the goals, man. These are our goals. This isn't something that, you know, it doesn't happen overnight, and I realize that, man. I mean, I could have shot a movie. I've been doing the video shit for 10 years. I could have shot a movie anytime, and I just now started. I feel like, okay, I understand this shit a little more now, so. But it's called Burden of Proof, man. I'm not the story writer. I'm just the director.
So, Beezy, this is the time in the interview that I give the chance for the individual that comes on my show a chance to give shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, and also their social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you on all social media platforms if they're not already doing that.
Shit, I do want to shout out my one of my good friends, man. He's been a friend for a long ass time. He's basically my brother, man. Doughboy TV. He films all pretty much. I mean, I say like 95% of the shit you see, he's behind that camera. And man, I mean, from day one till now, dudes came a long way, and he's like the one person I can trust when I hand that camera over. You know what I mean? Because we just kind of work together. We kind of think the same in certain situations. So shout out to him. His shit's Doughboy. Oh shit. It should be Doughboy TV, TEM. My shit's Beezy the Real. That's my handle. That's for everything. I don't care what you're looking up. Google, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat. It don't matter. Beezy the Real. THA instead of E. Beezy the Real. And then, shit, I don't know, man. Shout out Rob. I appreciate you for setting this up. Shout out to Outlaw Radio. Shout out to shit, everybody, man, that's got my back. My family, my mom. Just everybody, man. Everybody that's been there for me. Amanda for being there, for helping me with my kids, and just everybody, man. Everybody plays a part in it. I can't be specific on anything, but that's probably about all I got, man. My dad, my mom, everybody, bro. Shouting everybody out.
Yeah, man, everybody, I want to say, BZ, thank you so much for coming up on Outlaw Radio Live, man. Looking forward to that movie, man. Keep putting in work. Yeah, man, Merry Christmas to you and your family as well.
Hell yeah, appreciate you, man. Happy holidays, bro.
You as well, man. Have yourself a wonderful night.
All right, bro. You too. Take it easy, man. Nice to talk to you.
You as well. Peace.